Oh, good evening, good evening, good evening. Get you guys up in here again. Good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you another exclusive part two. Mitchelle Blair, raw and uncut. Uh, she, we recorded a little bit of her interview, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of the rest. I'm gonna give you guys that. So she's gonna be calling back in shortly. Oh, here she go. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Hello.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from a prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, Woman Huron Valley Facility. If you feel you are being victimized or extorted by this prisoner, please contact GTL Customer Service at 855-466-2832. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $16.90. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, we back.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, we're gonna we said Maddie, he's fine, and we just gonna leave it at
Yes,
that. Okay.
he's adjusting fine, but you know what? After seeing her interview, I have no idea how that's going to affect him. I have no idea.
Is it a
That's why I'm doing this interview.
right? Is it a possibility he probably may not have seen the interview that you?
He a teenage boy. He's a
Right.
teenage boy, and this shit is nationwide. The Discovery ID channel,
Yes.
that's national. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
There is no way. There's no way he's not going to see that, and that's why it is very important to me to get on here so he can hear me as well because it's bullshit.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Agree.
It's bullshit, and I don't want him to see her publicly casting doubt, his own sister publicly casting doubt to whether that happened to him or not. So, and my thing is, don't lie. That's all I'm saying. She could have had this whole thing. You could have the flow. She could have had the floor. Don't lie. This ain't no fucking joke. This was our lives. So my thing is, if it was about her healing, if it was about her just getting over it, something, closure, then you wouldn't have lied. Because when you're going through healing and you're trying to get through something, you don't lie about the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like it's vindictive undertones to it, and it's pissing me off because she can sit up and tell that channel, the ID channel, basically a lot of shit that I did to Stoney and Stevie. You kept talking about Stoney and Stevie, what I did to them, but you never once shed a tear for what they did to Matthew. You never once showed any care for what they did to that boy. But all she did was say, I don't know if that happened. It was never proven. That's the shit that I cannot get over. And to have them fucking doing dramatizations behind her, like as she's talking, she was the fucking narrator. That shit, that shit got me.
Mm. Now
So
let me ask you this. Okay. Now Gabby did state that you hated her and Stoney's father, Mr. Alexander
I,
Dorsey. Was that true?
because he wasn't shit. Absolutely.
Okay. What at one
I don't
point?
even want to talk about them.
Okay.
They're nothing. Like, you know.
Okay. We
I do. Yeah, I saw that part too. That she got that absolutely spot on. I
mm,
hate them.
okay. Is it true at any time? Because she also stated that Mr. Dorsey was trying to come and see them, and you was not
This is
allowing
the
that.
thing.
Hmm.
Oh, she said that.
Yeah, she said that. Yeah,
She,
yeah, Mr. Dorsey was trying to come visit, but you know you wouldn't allow him to
see,
come
that's
visit.
what that's the rest of the bullshit I'm talking about. I had to stop looking at the video. I had to stop listening to it because it pissed me off from what I heard. So no, I didn't hear that she said that, and that's a fucking lie. She was old enough that she remembered everything. So she never mentioned how I used to have to call and argue with this nigga with his alcoholic ass to come pick them up or to come see them. She never mentioned none of that, right? This is
No.
part of the reason why I do hate him. This is part of the reason why I hate that nigga. He didn't give a fuck about them girls. Period.
Okay.
So the fact she's sitting up lying about that, I just feel like I just want to know how much did she get paid. That shit is pissing me the fuck off.
Okay.
That's the only thing I want to know. Like your life is already like you putting all these lies out there to make it what more sensationalized or something. I'm not understanding. And as far as me, she's talking about the spending for alcohol and drugs. She make it seem like I'm a fucking crackhead. Like, yeah, I did. My very last year, knowing that I was coming to prison for the rest of my life, and I fucked my life up, their life up, I sure did started fucking drinking. And I smoked marijuana. I smoked weed. To me, that ain't no fucking drug. But I never put weed in. As far as drinking, I bought the cheapest shit you could fucking buy. Mohawk. If anybody know about vodka, Mohawk is like damn near the cheapest shit you can get. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, more
So yeah,
rock gut.
I did.
The,
I did. Right.
okay.
I did partake in drinking and fucking smoking weed to keep my fucking mind straight. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it fucking straight. But
Okay.
to say that I put that over food, that is a motherfucking lie. And on some real shit, that was the only reason I even bought a deep freezer. So I can keep up with the food. Because we just had a regular refrigerator and freezer. I bought that fucking deep freezer because we used to get too much fucking food. And I wanted to make sure the household could be stocked the fuck up. See what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Mhm.
So all that shit, when she got talking about we were severely underweight, malnourished, get the fuck out of here. Now, did I feed them the most healthiest things? Absolutely not.
Right.
Shit. Sometimes we can eat meat, pork chop, steak, or whatever. I'm not one of them bitches where I'm gonna eat steak and you gonna eat hot dogs. They ate what the fuck I ate.
Right. Now.
Did they eat a lot of vegetables? Did I give them a lot of vegetables, fresh fruit, shit like that? No, it wasn't always like that. So if she's talking about malnourished, as far as you didn't have the vitamins your body needed, like you get what I'm saying? No, I wasn't no healthy cook or shit like that. But come on, they wasn't no starving damn kids in Africa. And for her to fucking say that, I can only imagine what Matthew thinks. For her to say that she knew better than to ask for seconds. Get the fuck out of here. But I tell you who I did starve. I starved Sterling and Steven after I found out what they did to him. You motherfucking right, I did.
Right. Now I want to touch down on Steven because Steven was the first one to die. Is it true that
Yes.
I read his autopsy report and then it said his
Mhm.
private area, which was his genital area, all the way down to his
Burned.
rectum was burned. Was it what?
Burned. I set him on fire. I absolutely did. I don't know if I told you before, but I did. And I don't mind talking about it. I'm proud of talking about that shit because they deserve that shit. I was thinking about cutting his dick off, but I don't know why I couldn't do it. So I threw some 91% alcohol on him and I lit the motherfucker on fire. And then I put him in the shower to put it out. And I asked him, so you still want to fuck your brother? You still want to fuck your brother? So I don't give a fuck. Yes, that is absolutely true.
Did now of course he was burning. I'm quite sure it hurt. Did it screams? Did it make you wanna
He
feel
was. He
feel so?
was.
Did you feel sorry for him? Uh,
No, I absolutely did not feel sorry. Let me tell you something. Let me be very clear.
okay.
I have 4 children. So in my basement, as the kids got older, I would pack up their little, baby clothes and put them in the basement, whatever.
Mhm.
When I made a reference yesterday to socks, so sometimes I used to pop Maggie on his arm, like, stop. You know how a child, like, try to get their underwear out of their butt or whatever?
Mhm.
He would do that. And I didn't know until after we found out what happened to him. With the reason he used to do that, this is why I say hindsight is 2020. Matthew led us. Matthew led us to a broke ass closet. The roller track was broken, so we never went in there. Matty led us to a broken track. He kept saying, and Mom, the socks, and the socks. And I didn't understand what he was saying, so I broke the fucking closet. It was like, I don't even know how many count how many fucking socks. Little infant, tiny ass socks. Crusted over. I said, what the fuck is that? What's on them? He said, it was blood. It's blood that came out on my butt, Mom. Like, so get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks about me. Do you understand what it takes to do some shit like that? They
Yeah.
stuffed my fucking infant socks in his ass to clog up the blood after he fucked him in his ass. So I don't care. And then not only that, you didn't throw him away. You threw him in a broke ass closet. Like, and the closet was in my fucking room. So yeah, I took that shit. Like I took that shit to mind. Like what the fuck? What does that mean? Like you
Hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, it bothers me. And the fact that did she really talk about the katana sword on the show
Yeah.
on the interview she did?
The that was brought up somewhere else. It wasn't in the interview. That was brought up somewhere else about the katana
Okay, but
sword.
yes, that's absolutely factual. And why I did that? Let me be real. I told her to squat in the motherfucking bathtub, and I stuck that fucking blade between her pussy lips because I had just found out you put your motherfucking pussy on my fucking son's face, on his face. So you absolutely right. As they telling me, as he telling me what's going on, she's telling me what's going on. You damn right. She wanted something in there, and I gave her something in there. And this is the thing: when people say that you sit your kids down to talk to them, before I even put a hand on Steven or Stony, I separated them. I took Matthew upstairs and I asked him to tell me, just tell me something about some of the stuff they used to do to you. He told me about something. So I went downstairs. Ain't no way they could hurt each other. No way. I asked Stony, just like I did with Steven. I said, Matthew said, I'm going to tell you half of something. You better tell me the rest. And I told him, if you don't, I'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
So I started off with what met the beginning of the story that Maddie told me, and I said, no, what's the ending of it? And I'd be damned, she motherfucking told. They said it in different words, but they said the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? So I
Right.
know I'm not. He wasn't making that shit up. That boy went through that shit. And do you understand? My son used to wake up. I could never understand why he had like white crust that went down from his started from the crack of his eye all the way to his ear. I never understood that shit until I found out what happened. You realize what was happening? He was going to sleep fucking crying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I used to have a
So that
kid
Okay.
boy
that had to
went
let
through
it go
fucking
at hip
hell.
cuts. But
He
anyway,
went through
so
hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Yeah.
So I gave them hell. That's it.
So let's go back to the sword situation, right? As you stuck this katana sword up your daughter's vagina.
No, I didn't stick
Oh,
it up there.
okay.
I
You
didn't
didn't
stick
stick.
it up there.
Okay.
I placed it in between the lips.
In between the lips,
And I drew back
and you
and
drew back.
cut the shit out of her. I did. I did.
Okay. And did she scream? I know she had to scream and holler behind that. And did she die after that?
Absolutely. No, she didn't. I kept him alive for a whole fucking week. I tortured the fuck out of them. The day that she died, this is why she died. I feel like you know how you can fuck somebody up so much to where it's a point. From what I saw, it's a point to where you don't fuck them up so much they ain't scared of you no more. So I'm sitting there and I'm sitting in the room and I'm looking at her. She's laying on the floor, fucked up, and I'm like, "You nasty bitch! Why the fuck would you do that to him?" I'm like just berating her and talking to her. This motherfucker yelled up and said, "Cause I hate him. I fucking hate him. Every time I turn around, you looking at Maddie, Maddie this, you give Maddie so cute, taking pictures of Maddie, holding Maddie." And I said, "What the fuck?" Like literally, I'm looking at her like, when I say she just let that shit out, and I said, "Oh, you hate him, bitch? You hate him?" And that's when I grabbed her and I dragged her ass down to that motherfucking deep freezer. I
Right.
was done. I was done. So to me, there it was.
Right. Now,
Cause
cause
you jealous bitch. My thing is, when you was that age, I used to walk around with her on my hip too, carrying her, taking little pictures of her. She say every time she turn around, Maddie this, Maddie that. I understand that you may feel some type of way that he was my favorite child, but get the fuck out of here. Y'all took that shit too far. So as far as I'm concerned, they took their own lives, and that's
uh,
it.
so now Gabby did say okay because I got it mixed up yesterday. She said yes, she felt sorry more for Stony because Stony.
See, that's the part.
Right.
This is another part that I have that I'm pissed off about her about.
Okay.
She can say how much I did to them, but she still has yet to say how much she loves her little brother and that she feels for what he went through. Do you know how it feels to get fucked in your motherfucking ass? Grown women can't deal with that shit. But my son was 6 and had to deal with that. And he's tough. You understand what I'm saying? He was scared of them. He was still tough because he had to sit there and motherfucking act like nothing happened. It's so many times my son has long eyelashes. It's so many times that I motherfucking said, Maddie, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I look over and he's crying. He go, nothing, nothing. But Stephen was always sitting next to him. Stephen used to call Matthew his little cub. And I used to think that was so cute. Like your big brother. Like this is your little brother and you're going to take care of his cub. Now I see why Stoney and Stephen was always around him. I used to go to the grocery store sometimes, and I told the kids sometimes we had to go to 2 or 3 grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? When you get your stamps, you're trying to hit every grocery store. Whatever kid don't want
You have 1 minute remaining.
come to find out, they used to tell Maddie to tell me he don't want to go. So Gabby used to go everywhere with me. Do you know how many times I left that boy in the house with them? And this is why. It's so many times he wanted to go, and I'm not understanding what's wrong with him. I said, Maddie, you want to go to the store with me? He go, no, but he's not looking like he means no. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I took it as, Maddie, I'm not gonna make you go to the store with me. That's not what it was. Like he needed me to know what was happening with him, and I didn't know. You understand?
Right. And I can tell you regret that because I heard how you was talking to him and you regret not picking up on that earlier. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. We
Like
go ahead. Go ahead.
this is about to cut off.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be waiting right here for you. I got money on my account, so you can call back.
Thank you for using GTL.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, um, if this is too much for you guys to hear, say so right now, and I will end this interview live with you guys. I will end it, and I'll just record the video, and I'll heavily edit it if that's what you guys want, because I know like this is kind of hard for me to sit here and have to listen to, but I have to be cordial towards this young lady. And I mean, if you guys, like I said, if you guys, she's calling right back. Hello.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Mitchelle Blair.
a prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, Woman Huron Valley Facility. If you feel you are being victimized or extorted by this prisoner, please contact GTL Customer Service at 855
People start getting
466
your people to come in.
2832.
If you
To
can, share this
accept this
video
call,
right now
press
and get your people in
0.
here to
To
start
refuse
watching.
this call, hang up or press. Your current balance is $15.44. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Okay. Now we'll be back.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, I want to touch down on something that Gabby said in the interview that she done. That okay, you had Steven upstairs in the master bedroom, and you tortured him and you beat him for about a week before you the
It wasn't even just in the master bedroom. I tortured him all around the house. So I don't
right.
know. You have to say something specific.
Okay, well, all I know is she said that the day that he passed on, that
Mhm.
you were holding him in your arms, and
I was.
you was telling her come and give him a kiss and say goodbye because he was dying, and she came in and she said she was crying, and she
That's a
said,
damn lie.
oh, oh,
First
oh,
off,
okay,
hold on.
hold
I
on,
know what you're talking about.
okay, hold on, let me get to it. She said that
Mhm.
he said she told him she loved him, and he said real
Mhm.
faint that he loved her, and he died, and she said she heard a breath, and she said, well, he's gonna be all right, he's breathing, and you told her
Wow.
no, that was his last breath, he's gone, he took his last breath.
Did she say that? She
Yes,
said that in an interview.
yes, it's an interview.
Mm. Okay, so when it comes to anything about them, I would never lie
Okay.
because I don't give a fuck about killing them. So Stephen was breathing fucked up and making this weird noise. So I was sitting on the floor and I had one hand under his underarm and the other on his underarm.
Mhm.
And I'm calling him. I'm like, Stephen. He's like, yes. That was the last thing he said. And then he died. He died from his, well, I'm sorry, he died from how the wounds that I inflicted upon him. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just say, hey, I'm about to just. So I feel like he died from my. I always want to know like what finally did it. You get what I'm saying? I feel like his inside shut down. I don't know. But after he was dead, I called downstairs and I said, Gabby, Stephen just died. She just bust out crying. I gave her a hug and I held her for a while, and that was it. She didn't never see no fucking breath. It was nothing like that. And honestly, for some reason, I don't know why. I don't know how to do CPR. I don't know why I started doing CPR and I stopped. Like, what the fuck? I got disgusted with myself. Like, why the fuck are you even trying to give him CPR? Fuck him. Okay? So that whole part, if she said that, was a whole fucking lie. This the shit I'm talking about. That's that she want to go to Hollywood type of shit. Now that is pissing me the fuck off.
Mm. Okay.
So that's how that happened. There was no you love him and he said it back. It was none of that shit. He couldn't even talk. Last thing he said was yes.
That was his last words. Was yes. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go off into. I was reading a little bit more into Stoney's autopsy report, and it clearly stated
Mhm.
that she had a lot of old wounds on her, and the guy who performed the autopsy said that one of her arms had once upon a time it was fractured, and he said it looked like the wound looked like it could have been the injury was painful because the bone looked like it got healed and it was grinding. The bones was grinding together. Is how he put it in the autopsy. Do you
Shit.
recall of
When you
ever
say
fracturing her
like
arm?
how when you say old wound, like how old are you talking about? Like, cause I fucked her up over a course of a week. You mean like that?
No, he was saying it had to happen previously to that because it had started to heal. It was healing, and it said that she never,
Um,
it never got a cast or anything. He can tell that it was never healed properly.
her arm had never. There was never any breakage in this girl's arm. So that part, I don't understand that.
Mm.
Her arms was never broke. She was never had a cast. It was never. I've never done anything to where her arm would be. You said bones grinding.
Yeah, because when it
So that part
healed,
I don't
yeah,
understand.
yeah, it's in the
So if you're
autopsy.
talking about,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't get that part. It's also they said something in court. I was listening to the autopsy examiner. He
Hmm.
claimed that I burned her with fucking cigarettes.
Yeah.
That was a damn lie. I burned them with motherfucking water, hot steaming water, and I burnt their fucking skin off. So I didn't understand. Like I just felt like don't lie about this shit. That was another thing I had to sit in court and listen to. That was a fucking lie. Don't lie. I didn't burn her with cigarettes. I burnt her skin off with hot water.
Yeah, because I look back and you said that the water in the bathroom got extremely hot and you
Well,
burnt
that's
them.
because I went in the basement. I went in the basement and turned up. You know how they say hot, very hot,
Hmm.
shit like that. I turned it up to the highest level on purpose. And I turned the shower, every faucet on in the house, I turned it on until the water got extremely hot. I
Mm.
knew what I wanted to do.
Mm.
So, yes,
So basically, we can say
I
it
still
was
don't feel bad.
it was rage for what they did to Maddie. This is where all the rage
No,
come
it
from.
wasn't rage. It wasn't rage because I was very calm.
Okay.
I was very calm,
Okay.
just like how they probably was very calm when they was fucking him. I was calm. There wasn't no rage. I was angry as fuck, but I was
Okay.
sitting, and it was like it was me against them, me and Matthew against them. And I
Now,
thought Gabby too. I thought that Gabby understood the shit that they did to him was fucking wrong. I just don't understand her stance in this. So I'm feeling like she's feeling some type of way against her brother. It's not his motherfucking fault. None of this shit is his motherfucking fault. You just have a mother that don't play when it comes to fucking rape. And I did what I did. So I feel like, Gabby, if you're going to come for me in the best possible way you can, which is by telling the truth. Because the truth is damning enough towards me. You feel what I'm saying? But
mm-hmm.
don't lie. I will not allow her, my own daughter, I will not allow her to come in between me and my son's fucking bond. And if you know if I killed two of my children over them raping him, why would I allow her to publicly cast doubt on him being raped? That's never going to happen. So I'm sorry if this is stopping her healing process or whatever for the things that I did do to her. But honey, Gabby, you should have known better. You should have known better to come for my fucking son. You knew better.
Okay.
I've been in this fucking prison for 8 years. doing my motherfucking time how best way I know how. But now I'm up.
Okay. Not that's another thing because like I say, I'm gonna go through the history of I tried to reach out to you. I wrote you, I sent you an
Mhm.
email about maybe 2 years ago, and you never responded back. And I didn't
Oh,
send.
don't take it personal. I
Right,
don't respond to any of
right.
them.
So
Don't
so
take it
right.
personal.
So me and like I said, I did Tamara Marshall's interview, and
Yeah.
she one day she called me because she checks in with me kind of regularly, you
Cause you
know.
know what? Let me tell you. Tamara Marshall was always trying to tell me like, hey, I have somebody with a podcast and they felt like you didn't get a fair shake. I would always tell him, no, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to nobody on the outside. I don't want to do the interviews. I don't want to do nothing. She always say, sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. Like it's a blessing. Like that somebody want to talk to you about it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I shut it all down. They would get frustrated with me. Like, listen, don't let nobody else tell your story. You tell your story, especially if it's somebody willing to listen. But me being me, I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to just let it die down. Out of
Mm-hmm.
respect for Gabrielle and my son, I
Mm-hmm.
said, let me let it die down.
Yeah. Now she did
Hello?
right. She did come to me and she did say that, and I respected that because she said, "Well,
So she was the first person I thought
right,
about.
right."
I remember her all them
Mhm.
times trying to tell me about you, and I said, you know what? Gabby did an interview, and I can't let this shit ride like this because she lied. She lied in it. And then she said, oh, I'm on it. I'm going to get you his number.
Most
And here
definitely.
I am.
And and we appreciate you.
And I appreciate her for that, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for coming on it. Keeping it real. Like you. Now that's one thing I'm going to give you. You said that what you did, you acknowledged it was fucked up. It was messed up. You said that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Everything that I'm saying right now towards my kids, and even the fact that I enjoy torturing their asses, even the fact that I don't give a fuck about them being dead, that is all fucked up shit. I acknowledge that,
Right.
but I don't regret it. I'm gonna always stand behind my decision.
Mhm.
That was my choice to make. Just like they made their choices when they fucked my son, they
Mhm.
made their beds after they did that. I don't know what was going through their head. I don't give a fuck. They fucked up. And most people don't know this only started with my first son first. I did not know that until everything came out. So when I
Right.
say I fucked that bitch up so bad, I mean that. I don't give a fuck. I heard somebody actually tell me, I don't think them kids did that. There's some beautiful kids. What the fuck does beauty have to do with anything? What does it have to do with? You could be the most beautiful motherfucker walking around and be the most evilest snake on earth. See what I'm saying?
Yes. Now, like earlier, you and I we spoke, and
Yeah,
we talked about the sin. No sin is bigger than the next. Every sin is equal
exactly.
in God's eye. And
Yeah,
we
I'm gonna have to
right,
stand up. I'm
right,
gonna have to stand up in front of
right.
God and tell Him why I did what I
Mm-hmm.
did.
And,
And
and,
let me tell you something. I've
mhm.
accepted that. If I'm meant to go to hell, then that's where I'm gonna go. Let me tell you something though. My son is well worth it. He's
Mhm.
worth it, and that's all I want him to ever know. He's important as fuck. Don't get me misunderstood. If somebody had touched them, I would have killed somebody for them too.
Mhm.
But
Right.
it just turned out it's two of my own fucking kids. So it
Right.
wasn't just, oh, I'm gonna kill somebody for Matthew. No, no,
Exactly.
no. If somebody had touched either of them, they would have been dead.
Right. Now we talked about the repentance, right? And you said that
Right.
I said God will forgive you. You're not a bad person. I
But
said that right.
this the
I
thing.
know.
I
Let me
don't
say
think he
right.
can.
Let me finish, and I'm gonna tell you what everybody will say. I said
Okay.
that you're not a bad. I said you're not a bad person. What you did was bad, and I've done
Hmm.
some things in my past. I'm not a bad person, but what I did was screwed up to people. But
Yeah.
and I said, well, maybe if you repent, the Lord will forgive you. And you said, I can't. He's not gonna forgive me because I can't repent because I don't feel bad for what I did. I can't repent
Right.
for
I
something.
don't regret it.
Right.
And to
Mm-hmm.
me, to my knowledge, to my understanding, when you ask God for forgiveness, that means that you are so sorry for what you did.
Mm-hmm.
You would never do it again. And that's why you're asking for forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this. I know one thing. I do believe in God, and I know I can't play with him. God just
Exactly.
know who I am, who I am. I'm not gonna play with him by asking him to forgive me for killing them because he knows that I don't regret it. And if I had to rewind time and go back and kill them again, it would be the same outcome. They would still be dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't dare fix my mouth to ask God to forgive me about something that I don't regret and that I would do again a million times over.
Right.
On my only question to him is why? Like just why?
We,
Why? I know everything happens for a reason, but why did that have to happen to my baby?
right.
Why?
We
And
can.
then I feel like it's like for my own, like he knew how I grew up, how I grew up. That shit fucked up my whole life. So
Okay.
why let that happen to him?
Now,
And at the
mhm.
hands of two of mine at that.
Now, let me ask you this: the father of your
Yes.
two kids, Alexander Dorsey and Stephen,
Mhm.
what was Stephen Barry? They
Right.
they testified against you in court. What are your thoughts on them, and how did you feel about that?
Nothing. Nothing. They was trying to fucking make themselves look good in public. That's it. But everybody know who knows us. They know. Even they family know they wasn't shit as motherfucking father. That's why when I walked in that courtroom and saw them niggas, I'm like, oh no, this is not what we about to do.
Oh, I saw
If you
you.
gonna tell the truth up in this bitch, if you didn't give a fuck about milk, diapers, helping them, coming to see them, then why the fuck are you here after they dead? No, go to their grave site. You can see them then. I was confused. They
Mm-hmm.
showed up every court day. You know, the court is right down the house. I lived in the Martin Luther King apartments.
Right.
The courts was right around the corner from my house. It's crazy how they can make their way to the courthouse every time it was court. But you couldn't come see your damn kids though. They tried to
Yeah.
make it like, oh, I kept them away from you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the
Like,
court, if I'm
and
not mistaken. Mm-hmm.
Alexander Dorsey and his fat, greasy mother, me seeing them on TV, they did not give a fuck about them. So I'm just confused.
You have 1 minute remaining.
You can call back. We can keep this going. You can call back because like I say, and you right. The court from your house to where the court was, it was actually about
Exactly.
a mile and a half away from your house, if even that.
That's it. I can walk. I could walk to it
Yeah.
because
It's,
I walked to it when Stephen Barry was incarcerated. I walked to it to visit him in Wayne County. So, come on,
yeah.
you know
It's not. Yes.
they could have made it to see them kids.
Okay. But okay. So is it true that maybe they didn't come because of what Gabby said that you kept them away and didn't want him to come? Is that true?
No, like
Okay.
I would encourage them to fucking come see them. They was off doing what they do. Stephen Barry was too busy on Moco space trying to fuck anything that moves. You know what I'm saying? Alexander Dorsey was alcoholic, so
Right.
it is what it is.
Okay.
Everything else is more important than kids. So
Thank you for using GTL.
Wow. Do anybody have any questions they want to ask? Just you can type it in there, and I will ask the question. And this is deep, ladies and gentlemen. Mm, I'm gonna ask that question. Prayer for peace. That's a good question. Instead of killing them, why didn't she turn them over to CPS? That's a good question. I'm gonna ask that. Why not give them to the CPS? You know. Thank you, James Hudson. I'm just trying to do what I do. That's all I'm here to do. Do what I do and try to do it good and give you guys this great content. That's all I'm trying to do, people. That's all I'm trying to do. That is it. I've been gone too long. I'm woke now. I'm woke. I was gone too long. But here's the thing: they're gonna with interviews like this, they're not gonna pay me no more. I can just see it right now. I'm gonna be doing interviews for free. I'm just gonna be doing interviews for free. They're not gonna pay me any longer because she's cursing. She's cussing and she's very graphic and into this. So I have to give this to you guys this way. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if I didn't give it to you guys this way, I honestly think I would have cut it so bad you guys would have been mad at me that I would have cut the cussing out so bad you guys would have been mad. Mm.
Unknown caller.
Thank you guys. She's calling back again. Hold on. Hello.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Yvette Lariano Gonzalez.
a prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, Women's Huron Valley Facility. If you feel you are being victimized or extorted by this prisoner, please contact GTL Customer Service at 855-466-2832. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang. Your current balance is $13.99. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, let's get right back into it. Now, let me ask you this question. Okay, instead of just torturing the kids and killing them, why not call CPS and turn those two kids over to the court system for what they did?
Because this is where my head goes to. I thought about all that, but that was not an option. Because this is what's going to happen. Because they were kids, they going to handle them with kid gloves. They going to do some bullshit ass, oh, we're going to put them in therapy, or we're going to put them in a group home or whatever. Then where's Matthew's justice? Where's his justice? That ain't fucking justice to me. That was not a that I don't understand when people ask me that type of shit. Like, people can do that, that's fine. That's on them. That's the way they choose to do with it. But it confuses me like to where's the rehabilitation for something like that? How do you punish something like that other than death? You thought that it was fine to go inside someone's body. They thought that it was fine. I know you saw him crying. I know you saw the pain on his face, but you did what you did anyway. So I feel like we as people, we don't look at signs when kids are fucking small. Not every child is good. Not every child is innocent. So I don't buy that shit when they say there are no bad children. I beg to motherfucking differ. They got a whole show called Killer Kids. I had just found that they got a whole show called Killer Kids. Like, come on now.
Oh yeah, yes they do.
Not every like I just the fact that you was capable of doing that no, there is no. Because I'm looking like, damn, what's Matthew's future going to be? But he going to get on Facebook one day and see them. He going to have to look at them living their life. That have been fucked up in his head for the rest of his life. Because he would have had to still see them. And what was they going to do when they see each other? Bow their head down in shame and just hope he forgot about it? No. He just going to die. They going to get the fuck out this world. Can't nobody take care of them better than their father. So they're dead. I sent them back to their true father. Because I couldn't deal with him down on earth. So he got him.
So, okay.
And that's how I feel about it.
Now, I might be reaching a little bit, but I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna always keep it 100 and real.
You say what now?
I said I might just be. It may seem like I'm reaching a little bit, but I'm always be 100 with you. Now I noticed that the two that you killed, which were Stoney and Steven, both of them look just like their fathers. The two that you didn't kill, they look like you. Could have been some resentment towards
Daddy is reaching. Yes,
that's reaching.
Daddy is reaching.
That's reaching.
That's reaching. No, it ain't have nothing to do with that. That's crazy.
Okay.
Because honestly, Steven looked like his dad, but he looked like me too.
Well, no.
Let me wait. Okay. Wait. You saw a picture of Matthew?
Yeah, it was on. It's online. It's a younger picture. It was. Yeah, they got him online.
Of my younger child?
Yeah, it's a picture of,
Now, see, that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes. But
wow.
And like I said, now I'm gonna give it like your oldest daughter.
I mean, honestly, they all look like me. Yeah.
She looks just like you. She's very beautiful.
I saw.
She's very beautiful.
I feel like I feel like she just like I said earlier, she's a beautiful version of me. Like she is. I saw her for the first time. I haven't seen her since she was 17 years old. And for the first time I saw her, and I'm like, wow, like she turned out gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're not gonna lie. This is our life. All
Right.
I'm saying is when Matthew click on all this bullshit that he gotta sift through and look through on the internet, it's enough bullshit being said. So for your sister to get on here and tell untruths, no. Your mama gonna come right behind you and tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I just want him to be well informed, and I just want him to know, like, I'm gonna always have your back. Period.
Right. Now, now have you ever like? Cause I've, when I was locked up before, and
Hold on,
I,
wait. Keep that thought. What you want to ask me, keep that thought.
okay,
But I gotta do a side note. I just gotta say this because I've
go
been
ahead.
sitting on this shit for years.
Go ahead.
It's a side note. It has nothing to do with this case. But
Okay.
I don't know if I gotta conceal her name or whatever because it's a person out. It's a person who used to live not too far from where we grew up. I grew up on Waverly between Wilderman and Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
This particular lady lives on, or lived on, I don't know which beach at now, on Glendale Street. Now, that was the first beach to molest me. And after they was dead, I started thinking, well, I might as well kill that bitch. Like, I'm already going to prison for life. So I just want her to know, and I want her family to know how close she came to dying. I sat out in front of her house with a 38 revolver, ready to
Oh,
kill her. But then I
since
thought about this shit. I'm like, damn, all this shit happened when I was a kid. My mama didn't do nothing about it. You
say
see what
her
I'm
name.
saying? I thought about this.
Say her name. You can put
Niecy Harris.
Niecy Harris.
Her name her
Okay.
name is Niecy Harris. Her kids didn't believe me. Nobody believed me. It was like, do you know how fucked up that feeling is? But I did. So I just wanted to know, baby,
So now,
I was going to kill you and anything that came in the way.
now let me ask you
So
this question: What
I just
removed
had to
you?
get that out.
What removed you that day when you went to go kill Niecy? What removed you from the the
Her
situation?
niece, her niece, her niece I grew up with, and her niece, Evelyn, her niece, I was close to her, so close to her, we called each other cousins, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, you tripping. You get what I'm saying? You just can't take everybody the fuck out just because, you get what I'm saying? But I felt like I'm going to prison forever. This bitch needed. But I think in my mind, like, what if this lady done touched other people? I can't imagine the things that she did to me when I was a kid. I can't imagine that she stopped. So I just want to know that anything ever happened
No,
to any other kid from Niecy Harris's hands. You get what I'm saying? And I feel bad for that. Like, I tried to talk about this shit when I was a kid, like, but it went on deaf fucking ears.
now let
You
me
know what
ask
I'm
you.
saying? Like, it was sick as fuck.
Now let me ask you a question. What was it that Niecy Harris did to you at a young age? That
That nasty bitch, what you mean? She molested me, licking on my motherfucking body,
oh my God.
sucking on
Okay.
me, all
Okay.
type of shit.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And I
But it's like my mother was the type of mother when I was a kid. If she meets you on Wednesday, or you babysitting us on Friday. That's why I don't play that. When you tell kids to call people other than their family, you don't tell nobody to call you uncle or auntie, especially people you don't even know. My mother was. I remember a situation where she dropped us off. She was working for Chrysler. She dropped us off over this lady named Lita House. We just called her Auntie Lita. I don't know who the fuck she is. And that was the first time a man fucked me up. You understand what I'm saying? So my mom, she come to pick us up 5 o'clock in the morning. We in our nightgown. I'm in my nightgown. My brother in his little pajamas. We in the car. Now I wanted to tell her right then. I wanted to tell her what happened to me. But this bitch so worried about her Lincoln and the car. Like I get to throwing up and shit. I get to throwing up. She reached back and snatched me by my motherfucking hair and shit. You better not throw up my So absolutely I'm not gonna tell you what's wrong with me. But you know what was wrong with me? You know why my stomach was hurt? You know why I threw up? Because I had his nut in my stomach. So not only did you fuck me, you get what I'm saying? You just ejaculated in my mouth. I was a kid. I was 9. I was 9. So I'm trying to
oh,
tell my mom, like, but you just so busy. Like, when we got out, you dragged me in the fucking house by my fucking ponytail because you pissed off that I ended up throwing it in my lap and it got on your car. So she made me stand at the back door to take the clothes off, or our back porch on our back door, and go in the fucking house. And I never mentioned that shit again to her. See what I'm saying? So
oh,
I do want to say one thing, because after this, I ain't doing no more interviews. I was
right.
chilling, doing my fucking bid, you know? But I just want to say to my brother, John Blair, my brother, we don't talk, and I just want you to know why I hated you from all them years. You didn't do nothing wrong. You was a kid too. But when my mother, after I told her what happened, when she asked you, was that true? You lied. And you said, no, it's not true. So, John, yes, that's what the fuck was wrong with me all the motherfucking years, and you know it, and you knew it. Because you told Auntie Angie you feel bad for lying to Mama when she said that. So, I just
Wow.
want him to know I don't hold that shit against him no more. I hope he living a good life. We never
Yeah.
had a brother-sister relationship really, but I just want him to know that because we ain't gonna never talk again. I'm just done with all the family. I'm done. Only person I want to hear from is my son. That's it. And I tell you this: if Matthew, for some reason, don't ever want to speak to me in life, I'ma still love that boy to death. I will love him till I die. Like, you know what I'm saying? But my
Mm.
father, though, whew, my father, I call him a Christian con artist, the
Christian
deacon at
kindness.
Greater Grace Church, a Christian con artist, because that's what the fuck that man is.
Now, before we
I guess
touch,
he felt like because he was techie.
before we touch on
Go ahead.
him, because I want to touch on your father. Is your mother still living today, or she's passed on?
No, that bitch is dead. That bitch dead.
Okay.
That bitch gone.
How
And
long?
I couldn't cry for her. I didn't give a fuck. My
Okay.
father though got what? I'm the
Go.
only girl out of six boys.
Hmm.
Out of six boys, I'm the only girl. My thing is, damn, was never treated like it. Like I said, we barely saw him. I never seen him on not one of my motherfucking birthdays. I'm sorry, one birthday, my first birthday, because I remember seeing pictures. Other than that, never saw him on a birthday, never saw him on a Christmas, never got cards, none of that. But sometimes, every once in a blue moon, every couple of years, he'll pick me and my six brothers up and take us to like Frankenmuth, where it's always Christmas, or to Niagara Falls. But he's doing that for himself to make himself feel like he's a real father. Like I said, wherever he picked us up, he had to make sure that everybody saw us. You get what I'm saying? So it can look like, oh, John, you're such a good father. No, the fuck he wasn't. I ain't really didn't even know that man.
Have
You get what
John?
I'm saying? So
ha- mhm.
I'm still his. You say what?
Have your father reached out to you since you've been locked away?
No,
Did he come to court
no. And
any?
I would have thought Mr. Churchman would at least sent a card saying, keep your head up. God loves you still. Pray, repent, something. You would think the church man. But sometimes them church people be the worst ones. Them be the biggest motherfucking snakes. So I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And it's another thing. My father, John Blair, my earliest memory of you, which I will never forget, is watching you beat my mother's ass and rip her earring out of her ear. But do your church fellow goers, do they know that though? While you act like you just a man? And my father, he went to actual clown college. He got a degree in fucking clowning. So he does birthday parties, for $150 at a pop. He is exactly what the fuck he is. His job, he's a fucking clown. He does church events as a clown. I mean, big red nose and all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Hmm.
exactly what he is, a fucking clown and a coward. You couldn't even stand up and be there for your own daughter. You ain't shit, nigga. I'm more of a man. You are.
Mm.
But like I said, I will. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. All this shit is water under the bridge. I'm going to be here for the rest of my life, and I'm going to do my bid. Strong as fuck.
Okay.
But I just wanted that to be known. But I just really want it. And if there's anybody out there that has got fucked up by Niecy Harris,
Mm.
please reach out to some fucking body. I always regret not calling that bitch to task. I always regret not going harder. And I regret not killing her. I do. That is a big regret. I regret that shit. Because that's some shit I can't never get out of my mind. I was a beautiful ass little girl. You hear me?
Mm.
Like after that, I started pissing in the bed and shit. Like I didn't know what that was. Pissing in the bed, sucking my goddamn thumb. That's why I got this big ugly ass gap in my mouth now. It's like sucking my thumb was my comfort or something. I don't understand, but yeah, that shit fucked me up.
Wow.
But
That's fuck. That's messed up for Niecy Harris to have done you like that. Be-
on Glendale Street, so I
on
feel like
on Glendale Street.
if it's anybody else, if anybody else she done that too, get some help. You ain't the only one. Just know that she's a sick ass bitch. And the thing is, she got kids though. You got all girls. You sick bitch. So it's
Okay.
all right. I just wish I was strong enough back then. I wish my voice was strong enough back then. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
is there a spelling? You know how to spell Niecy's name?
You have 1 minute remaining.
You say what now?
Do you know how to spell her name? I'll look her
I
up.
don't. All I
Okay.
know is Niecy Harris. She's on Glendale Street. Her family been there for years. You
Okay.
know.
Wow.
So yeah, she used to be our babysitter. It is what it is.
Wow. Okay, Michelle.
But
So
I appreciate you listening to me.
no
Um,
problem. Listen, Michelle.
and I just want to, yes.
Some of my audience members want to write you. Is that cool for them to write you? I have an audience of
You mean
people.
like on JPay?
Yeah, on
They
JPay.
can write me.
Yeah, they
I
want.
mean, like on JPay or whatever,
Yeah.
or mail. I don't. I mean, they can do what they want to do, you know.
Okay. And I
But
have a
I just
good
want to,
respectful audience, so that they're gonna reach
yeah.
out to you. Some of them reached out to Tammy before, so
Hold on.
okay.
Let me tell you this. I want you to play it in its entirety because I don't want my son to miss anything about my corrections to his sister's interview. And I just
Mhm.
want to end this by saying that Matthew,
Thank you for using GTL.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard that. What do you guys think? She said that she wanted to kill. She wanted to kill the neighbor. She went to the house to kill this lady. She went to the house to kill her. That would have been three victims. Three victims. That would have been three. A total of three. Her kids, two kids, and the lady who allegedly molested her. Wow. It's on Glendale Street. I don't want to give too much of this woman's information. She already gave more than enough. Glendale Street. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, this is another, you know, banger out the park. Let me. Oh Lord, have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Okay. Ooh wee. Let me see here. Let me get the phone number going on here. She's
Unknown caller.
calling back again. Okay. Hello.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from
Mitchelle Blair.
a prisoner at the Michigan Department of Corrections, woman, Ron Valley Facility. If you feel you are being victimized or extorted by this prisoner, please contact GTL Customer Service at 855-466-2832. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this, your current balance is $12.54. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you hear it. Now, let me say this to you before we,
I couldn't let that cut. Yeah, I literally supposed to be locked up right now.
Okay, right. Let me say this
It's
to
locked
you.
up at 11 o'clock. Yeah.
I pass judgment on no one. Where you are now, I was once upon a time there.
Oh, yeah,
So
tomorrow told me. Yeah.
I would never pass judgment. I would never look down on you. I would never.
Okay.
I can't judge you. So
Okay.
by us doing this interview together, you can
Yes.
always reach out to me, and we can talk on the phone. We can talk through JPay. You're gonna
Okay.
anybody I deal with their family, their real world podcast family. So
Okay.
after this, I don't want you to feel that hey, I'm feeling fucked up today. Just call me. You know, we chop it up.
Actually,
Hmm.
I can't let that be yet. I actually want to ask you, could you do some digging to find out if they're actually trying to do a movie? Because if they do, I want to know if I can sue the fuck out their asses.
I would do that because it is floating around real heavy on social media
Yeah,
about
that's
a
what I'm
movie
hearing.
about this movie being made on you. And
That's what I'm hearing.
yeah, they was talking about someone said, "Wow, I can't wait to see um the how did she rate she wrote it I cannot wait to see the Michelle Blair movie. Jeffrey Dahmer's movie was good. I can't wait till they make her movie." And it was
Wow.
going on and on. People was talking about it. Yeah, we've been hearing that the movie was they was in works of making the movie. They was getting things
And my
together.
thing is, if that's my daughter helping them make that, oh, I know it definitely won't be factual. So we gonna have a problem. I just want to know if I can sue their ass, cause I'm just looking like leave me the fuck alone. My life is what it is. It happened. Get the fuck on. Everything is about money and just these motherfuckers gonna make billions off of us. This is why I'm telling my daughter these white people don't give a fuck about us. These white people they on that ID channel don't give a fuck about her. They may have paid you well to do that interview, Gabby, but trust me, they don't give a fuck about your healing or the truth. They just want more ratings
See, they you know
to
they
come to their fucking station.
they did a movie on Tomorrow Marshall, and they called it.
Hey, that's what they do.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it was
doubt it.
called
That's what they do.
it was called St. Albans Street. They didn't say St. Albans Street
Yeah.
Massacre. It was called St. Albans Street.
Hey, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's kind of ironic that I lived on St. Albans.
and listen,
I'm just saying,
they put everything that went on in that house went on in the movie. The only thing they did was change the names.
right.
And
Okay, I gotta go. Like
okay,
I was supposed to be locked up
okay.
like 15 minutes ago.
Well,
I'm literally the only
well,
inmate out now.
well, give me a
The
call.
officer looking at me like, what the fuck?
Okay, give me a call tomorrow. I don't want you to get in no trouble, and stay up, keep your head up. We gonna pray for you over
I will,
here.
cause this is kind of cutting off. I just wanted
Okay,
to tell Maddie something else. That's.
go ahead.
But I gotta go.
Okay,
Nah, I gotta go.
okay, we'll talk tomorrow. Peace and love. Be easy.
Okay.
All right,
Okay. Peace and love.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was another head banger. Another head banger. Wow. This is another head banger, ladies and gentlemen. This is actually sad. You never right. You always right. Never lose hope. This is actually sad. It is very sad. And let me go here and let me pull up some the phone number. I'm gonna tap the phone number in here so you guys can call. Let's do this right here. Let's get y'all up in here. Phone number in full effect. Let's do that. Okay. Let's get let me find the phone number because I was just on here earlier with the phone number. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because if somebody want to call in, you guys always are welcome to call in. I'm not gonna stop nobody from calling in. Okay, here we're gonna put the phone number in the comment section. 313. Oops, let me get that down. 313. How my buddy Brian St. John doing? I ain't heard from him in a minute. How he's doing? 437. Bam. 2174. Okay, that's the phone number right there. Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to just call in and talk about what you guys just basically heard? Call in. We can call in and you guys can call in and we'll talk. Let's do this. Let's make it happen. Phone numbers right there for anybody who want to call in. The phone number right there. Don't worry, Mod. I'll put it in. But write it down so you will have it, Mod, so we can do this. Do this right, Mod. Let's get this done right. There's the phone number right there. Someone said they tried to donate money through PayPal. No, I'm doing strictly Cash App. No, I'm doing strictly Cash App. Let me see here. I'll put that right there. If you guys, anybody want to donate, there it is right there. And that's the Cash App right there. That's the phone number right there. So, anybody want to, call in, please, by all means, you got the floor to call in. I'm going to leave this up for another few minutes before I end the live. This is crazy right here, y'all. I don't know what to say. I try to keep my opinions to myself when it comes to doing these interviews. I keep my opinions to myself. Um, with the raping situation and all that, I don't want to, speak on it. I'm gonna keep my piece on that, and you know, uh, but you guys have your own opinions on this. You guys have your own mindset on this. So you guys basically, all I can say is you guys know what you use your common sense on whatever. You know, this is all I got to say on it. But uh,
Unknown caller.
hold on. Hello.
Call from
Never lose hope.
two.
Hey, how you doing? Never lose hope. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you? Long time no see.
Long time no see, long time no hear. This is a voice for sore ears.
I'm telling you. No, not really. I'm the voice for terrible ears.
No.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
I've listened to her for 2 nights and learned more about her story personally, how she feels. How do you get rid of those demons if you don't get some kind of mental help? And they incarcerate, but they don't rehabilitate.
Now the
You
thing
know?
is, do she want to get help? It sounds like she don't want to really seek therapeutical help in there. That's what it seems like to me. She's made her peace. I've spoken to Michelle off of here and on the phone, and in her mind, this really happened, and she made her peace with it.
Yes,
Um,
she has.
I I don't. I just me personally, I kind of find it hard to believe that this happened with kids.
Mm.
But even if it did happen, I'm not saying that it did, and I'm not saying it didn't, but I'm most definitely not saying that it did happen. If it did happen, why not turn them over to CPS?
Right.
They will be out of your home. They will be in the system, or they'll be with another family member. The young girl, I think she was of age to go to juvenile, if that's what was going on. You know,
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. The Stony, she was old enough to go to juvenile, and she could have went to
And
juvenile.
a lot of times when parents do that to their children, they commit suicide. But she's so hard. You know, she's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
She accepts what she did, and that's that. You know, which is really sad because, I mean, she had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And I don't care what any parent says, you have a favorite child. And evidently, Matthew was her favorite child, you know?
Right. Now,
I,
I wanted to ask this question, but I didn't want to rock the boat on it. You know, I wanted to ask her, what if Maddie reached out to you and said, "Mom, that never happened." Then how would she feel behind that?
my brother was incarcerated with a man who killed someone because the girl had said, and she was a family member, and the girl had said that someone raped her. And he went after that person and he killed him. So
Mm-hmm.
he went to prison for life, and come to find out that never happened.
Wow, that's deep.
His name was his name was Charlie, and he used to call us all the time and give us a heads up on my brother, because he's been in and out most of his life. We had a family here where I live, and I'm not going to say where I live, and I'm not going to mention names, but
That's fine. That's fine.
um, the mother and father held the children down why each took turns raping them.
Oh
And
no.
they got 20 years apiece. That
As
was
they
it.
as they should. They should have got life. They should have got life.
I agree. I agree.
But that 20 years for what they did could become a life sentence.
I mean, the horror of that. You, as normal people, we can't imagine that. You know, you have grandchildren. I'm not that lucky yet, but you know, I have nieces and nephews that are very, very little, and I can't imagine what I would do if I found out that someone did that to them. It makes you crazy,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And they say as a grandparent, you have a different kind of love for your grandkids, you know? But she had no support at all.
Yeah.
Nobody in her family. She had no support
Mm-hmm.
from
Now,
a young age.
now I always say there's two sides to every story. I would have to, talk to a family member, the father or the brother or someone to get their take on that. Because there's always two sides to the story, but the truth
Exactly. We found
usually,
that out with
yeah.
what was her name? You did a story on her
Oh, the
a couple
Evans,
months back.
the Delilah Evans chick. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yes.
I
That
mean, she turned out to be
hoodwinked,
totally
hoodwinked everybody. Hoodwinked
yes,
everybody. And the woman who killed her mother stabbed her 122 times. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was deep. Oh, wait.
I just don't understand why she tortured them the way she did. That's demented.
Man, all I gotta tell everybody is look the autopsy report. Oh my lord, it was like when you read that autopsy report, you you instantly your heart goes out to those little kids,
Mm,
that little boy and that little girl.
mm,
And let me give it up for the ID channel. Those actors that portrayed that family, those actors did a damn good job. The
wow.
the
Can you imagine playing that, being an
Yes,
actor and
the little
ugh,
boy who played Steven, he embodied that role. He did good. The young lady who played Stony, she did a marvelous job. The young lady who played Gabby, wonderful job. The woman who even played Michelle did a wonderful job. We got another caller coming in. If I'm gonna take
okay,
this
you take
call.
care.
All right,
We'll holler at you soon.
all right, they hung up, but
Bye.
all right, but okay, all
Oh,
right. Do you want to stay on? You can
bye.
stay on. If you want to stay on, you can stay on.
Well,
Cause
I didn't want to. If you get another call, just
yeah,
knock me off.
yeah, because they hung up. But yeah, whoever they were, all those actors did a marvelous job in portraying that family. They did a good job. Someone's calling in, so I'm all
Okay, you take care.
right now. All right. Hello.
Call from.
Intentional rain.
Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Intentional rain. Why did you hang up? You called and hung. Why did you hang up? And you're right, intentional rain. I do have to play mutual on both sides. I can't take a side. And you 100% right. Call this person back. Get them on the phone. Okay, here. Okay. There we go. There we go. We're calling you in. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, Miss Intentional Rain? How's everything going?
Hi, how are you? First I want to say great job, because I haven't heard from this case in years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want it to go cold, but great job to you. But I'm coming to I sent and see a lot of um mental um situations there with her mind. Your body does, depending on how deep the trauma is, and you know, some ages she said she was traumatized young as well. Your mind sometimes push that thing back as a defense mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she got arrested development with that. So where she checked out then, you know, young. She was functioning true enough, but with no help, you know, that it stings and stings and stings and stings until it just consumes you, you know, and that's what I get. I just see a lot of demonic possession there now that she embodies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of not taking accountability on the kids. It's like she's giving a blanket apology. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say.
I hear you.
To
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's real blanketed apology, but she has to me, keep the character going. Now, I will say if she was to call CPS or the authorities, the right authorities, they would have to have removed Matthew too for a while until a
Mm-hmm.
further investigation was sought out. Um, and 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 like the young lady that was just on the phone, yeah, she played favorites. I was taught don't do that because it gives the other children, you know, in their little fields, you know, you have to raise your children as their own separate identities, but they are one unit, which they all belong to you equally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just wanted to, you know, just brush up on that. I can't be long. Her energies is heavy. I have to rush in the shower after that.
uh,
And do
yes.
a cleansing shower, yes,
I,
because
I
she's
understand.
heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But great job to you.
Thank you.
I think before I go, I'm sorry. Before I go, it was a case years, I think maybe 2 to 3 years ago when you were on here when we were talking about Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
It was a case of the Simpson sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We never linked back up, but um,
We.
one of the sisters had, you know, got out in recent years, and she died on the day that the two sisters killed their mom. That was
Wow.
right here in Detroit on
Yeah,
Prevost.
I remember we talked about that. Yeah, and we never linked
Uh
back
huh.
up. You're
We
right.
never linked
Yeah.
back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yolanda is out, but I don't know anything else past that.
So the one of the
I just
sisters
know she's
died.
released too.
So one of the sisters died on the anniversary that she killed her mother on.
Yes, yes, Ava.
Wow.
That was my godmom. I stayed right
Wow.
next door.
That's
Yep, and
deep.
I was, yeah,
Wow. So
yeah.
wow, you kill your mother on this one day and then you die on that same day. How did she die?
COVID.
Oh, and you died from COVID on the same day you killed. Boy, God works. God, he get
Yeah,
you.
and it's been the 25 years because I was very young.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let me ask you this before you cut. How did it blow your mind when she said that like, this is a sidebar? I want to let the Niecy Harris know that I was in front of your house with a 38 to kill you and anybody who walked out that door.
What I think from that is she's reliving all the people that traumatized her allegedly. I'll
Mm-hmm.
say that,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't know. You know what I mean? But for her, she's reliving that. And uh, and I think she's just gonna. I'm here, like she said, and she's not lying. I'm here, so I might as well get everybody I can who caused me this pain to cause my own. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Right.
She took her pain out on them children. That's it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Because she never got help. Hurt people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Exactly. You're right.
So she carried that for years, and the mental state is just declining. I mean, you can look. I mean, there is a such thing as a functioning alcoholic, right?
Exactly. Functional crackheads
Exactly.
too.
So she was functioning to the world and to the outside, but you didn't know where her mental state really was behind those doors.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I get from that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you for calling in, and I really
And
appreciate
I
you.
thank you. I mean, good job. Because I was wondering. I will, take to Google and see what
Mhm.
I can gather. But I never got much.
Well,
So this is a finale here.
yeah, we gotta
This
have
is the
to.
finale.
We got to link to because
Okay,
we
we'll
supposed to.
do.
Most definitely, you have a great night and enjoy the cleansing shower.
I have to. I can't carry this. I can't sleep with this. No, 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 no.
uh,
Uh-uh.
I feel you wholeheartedly. All right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, wow, uh, this was a great two nights in a row. 2 nights in a row. A great 1-2 punch. 1-2 punch, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We did it. We not done yet, but we did it. And I appreciate all you guys who tuned in tonight. And I know there's gonna be a lot of you guys that tune in tomorrow. So and all through the night. And is gonna watch this. So ladies and gentlemen, peace and love. I'm out of here. And we don't call this a comeback because I never went anywhere. Real talk. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm out of here.